Good afternoon. I thought I'd do a weekly update as it's Friday and let everyone know how it's going down under, really. Uh, I've been off work, so as you can see, I'm at home. Ordinarily, I would be at work now, but I'm not. I've been unwell. So it's been, I guess you'd call it a week of recuperation and recovery. Haven't really done much of that because I've had to sort of get up every morning at 5 o'clock and take antibiotics, and then I've had carers coming in. So this is them, Silver Chain. Makes me sound ancient, but I mean, these are carers used by West Australia to care for people who are out of hospital, convalescing, older people, people of my age, anyone who needs care or a care package in place when they leave hospital. Now, I had to have the operation on Saturday. Uh, I don't know much about it. I don't know whether it's been, but I do know they said it was a success. They said they've managed to take everything out in one go. So that's a good thing. Still don't know what it is. This one here, this was the infection. It's now quite small. It was huge, and there was quite a big hole after part. There was two parts of the operation. One was to remove a lump under my arm, which is there, it's still covered, and that one was to take the infection out of my elbow. Now there was. I don't know what they look like. They look like huge boils, really. They were really quite gross and inflamed. And now it's down to just a tiny, tiny hole in my arm. After today, I can sort of self-care, look after it. So I just sort of alcohol wipes. I've got to try not to cover it as much as I can, just to get some air to it, really. And it's looking fine. The infection, as far as I can see, has gone. The one under my arm is a little bit suspect, so there might be a few issues with it going down the road. I mean, it's quite a big scar, to be honest. So I think they must have had quite a good route around. I don't know whether it was the lymph node or whether it was, I don't know, a cyst, a growth, whatever. I have no idea. I don't know what it is. I've got to go to the doctor on Monday just to get the okay to go back to work and make sure I'm fit and well. Now, Silver Chain themselves have been absolutely marvellous. Never used them. I know the other half's mother has them once a week and for personal care. Well, they take her out shopping. They do some vacuuming, etc., etc. I think I'm not sure how much she pays actually. Probably about $30 a session. So I was expecting to pay, I don't know, I thought about $60 a day, and that would have mounted up over the course of 7 days. However, because the package was put in place by the hospital, it didn't cost me a penny. And I think if I had to go over that time, I would have had to have started paying. But she said if your doctor thinks you need to continue with it, then just to let them know. I'm as well as I can be, really. I mean, I don't feel ill anyway. I feel tired. I mean, I've had to get up really early every morning, so I've had to take on my second course of antibiotics, and that was 4 tablets, and they're really strong. 4 tablets a day, spaced 6 hours. So I started at 5 o'clock in the morning and right the way through to 11 o'clock at night. So I think out of anything, it was the antibiotics that were making me feel quite yuck, to be honest with you. And I've taken a lot of antibiotics recently, which is not good. So I really need to, no more antibiotics, really. Not good. Anyway, Silver Chain were wonderful. I had a young lady coming most of the time who was lovely, and she dressed it. She chatted. She was wonderful. And whether you're in the UK or Australia or wherever you are, carers are, the lifeblood of any community. The hospitals would be full to bursting if it wasn't for these carers coming round and looking after people. I think I said in a previous video actually this week that the hospital itself couldn't have been nicer and wonderful. The treatment was superb, in and out, the whole thing from beginning to end. 10 hours and I was back home. I think in the UK it would have gone on for weeks and weeks and months, and they finally would have thought, well, we better take this out. So I can't fault standard of service. I really can't. I was quite shocked by the speed of it, and I'm just glad that whatever it was is out of my body, in effect. And this week has been pretty. Yeah, I haven't done anything really. I've done a bit of blogging and writing. I'm not going to do any writing today because I'm just going to give my arm a rest because I've done plenty since Vietnam. So I'm just doing a vlog today instead. Actually, my see if I can show you my Here we go. I'm on the cat tree at the moment. Can you see yourself? Mm-hmm. So I've got this on the cat tree, which is actually quite a good prop, really. And Akira has been sleeping there for most of the day. He's actually, he is an absolute pain in the bum, but he's such a gorgeous, affectionate cat. He's so completely different to Pippa, to be honest with you. They're getting on quite well now, which is good to see, because beforehand, they were a little bit at loggerheads. Pippa's not the most affable person, or sorry, affable cat in the world, should I say. So next week I start my new job, and that will be Tuesday, and I will be training in Joondalup, which is quite away from here. Now I should be getting the train in to Joondalup each day, so I'm going there tomorrow just to see how easy or not that is, because the public services here are not the best. Trains, buses are a little bit of a nightmare. Perth is actually quite a sprawling city. When I compare it to, say, Portsmouth, which is very compact and small, and even Southampton is a lot smaller, here it's very spread out. So, you've got to travel quite some distance to get from one side of the city to the other. So I'm going to see how that goes tomorrow and just go from there. And I'm sort of going to start my training course for the new job at that point. And then I will start in my new position on the following week, which would be good. It'd be good to finally get to do that. When you are off of work, it just drives you mad. And I'm literally trying to find things to do. I'm sorting out stuff and trying, obviously, to look after myself and not do too much more damage. But you just get thoroughly bored. And so people on long-term sick, my God, I mean, how do you do it? Really, I don't know how you do it. I have been walking every day, and Silver Chain even said to me, it's a good thing to do. I think I said in the last blog, it helps with healing up to 25%. So you can see how physical exercise really, really does help. And it's important to do that. And it's important for me to continue doing that. And I think when I got back from Vietnam, I think I did go up to 76. And I'm down to about 73.4 kilos, which is good. So I've managed to lose a bit, and I've got a bit more to go before I'll be happy. And I am looking forward to the next holiday, despite what happened in Vietnam. We are looking at Taiwan, and it's a little bit more modern, cleaner. don't want to be rude about Vietnam because I mean it was a lovely place, but it just wasn't as sanitary as one would have hoped. Taiwan is very modern, as I said, so it's on a par with Japan, and cleanliness is is there. It's a very clean place. So I need to go to somewhere like that. It's not going to be as hot and humid as Vietnam either, which will help because I think the humidity and the sweating really didn't do much for that infection. It made it a lot worse, and it allowed it to thrive a lot more because of the temperatures. And I will be taking alcohol wipes with me next time, just to make sure everything's kept clean should anything happen again. I mean, the secret is, I mean, if you damage yourself, if you cut yourself when you're away or you're abroad, especially in a place you don't know, you need to treat it. And although I was washing it and covering it, I wasn't using any form of antibacterial, I don't know, wipes or alcohol wipes or whatever you call it. And if had I been, I wouldn't be in this position today. It's important that it's looked after because there are all sorts of tropical diseases and bugs and all sorts going on in a foreign country that you really don't know. It's like when I first got to Australia and I got a few things wrong with me because I wasn't used to the climate. So it's similar there in Vietnam. And obviously when you're sat on a plane with all those germs and people coughing and it's vile. And do you know what? Whether you're travelling first class, business class, or economy class, you're still going to get the same germs. They're still circulated. You still get people coughing on you and brushing past you. So it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I'd love to fly business class or first class. It's never going to happen because I'm not prepared to waste that sort of money. But it does not matter because if you're going to get ill, you're going to get ill. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to start cooking some dinner, actually. And, I have cooked a bit more this week, so that's a good thing. I've been trying to be a bit more, what's the word, house aware. So I've been able to do things that I've been putting off, like sorting out stuff, which has been great. So I've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed being a housewife again, looking after 2 cats. So anyway, whatever you're doing, have a good one and take care. Ciao.